money. For sure. Salakia, bro. Oh, man. I can't even remember the last time I was behind the cam, so.
I want to say this, too. Duadia, before he had disappeared, he was an incense holder at camp. He used to bring, like, the whole thing, just like incense.
I remember, brother. He had the pan.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out where to get one so we could have it right there. The brother just lighted incense.
Yeah.
Who used to bring
because the angels see you lighting the incense.
I still got I ran out of incense, but I'll get some more.
I got a lot, so you guys I got 3 more we're going to burn.
So I would have booked up situation. You got some fucked up shit going. Had to light one the other because my mom brought her damn sister to the crib last night. And her sister is a lesbian. So she in there, with her woman and shit, and I'm in there just vexed, bro. Pissed the fuck off. Right, like Leah, like I don't have a problem.
Your eyes. You're right.
Don't look at that shit.
Like, they don't like kissing. I already told them, like, y'all niggas over here on that huggy-duggy bullshit in front of her, I'm gonna cuss all y'all out.
Yeah, we know.
Y'all can like kick it, chill, but I was pissed off, and I was about to light an incense, and I was like, no, I ain't even gonna light an incense for this shit.
In the presence of you demons.
You know what I'm saying? I was pissed last night.
I think we live, right?
Yeah, we're live. We on now. Let's get it popping, bro. We got 45. We got about 45 minutes or so. Let me move it up a little bit.
So we the Sons of Yasha camp out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Babylon, USA. All right. We gonna let these brothers
hit this other one.
Get this.
Yeah, we just moving it down a little bit, Slacky.
In the valley of the shadow of death, right here, willing to, through the Spirit, to feed the sheep of the Most High. So first and foremost, if y'all brothers is ready, especially in these times today, all right, we want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory unto
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakah, Quadash.
Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who people ignorantly call Jehovah God. Yahweh Shai being the name of the only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The Rakah Quadash being the Holy Spirit, all spoken in the ancient Hebrew, the tongue of the heavens, our language. All right. We're going to give double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS, who do rule well, who we learn is 100% truth from. All right. And the salutations and blessings upon the tabernacle of David. All right. The elect of Israel, starting with the governing body, the 144,000 of men, 12,000 of each tribe of Israel, as well as the men, women, and children of the remnant, the innumerable multitude, all right, of the 1/3 that are only hearers of this word, but doers of the gospel as well. To you, we say shalom.
Shalom.
All right. And as we all know today, all right, which is a famous Murphy festival for you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, which your true nationality are the chosen people of the Most High God, which is the Israelites. All right. All right. Descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all dark-skinned, pigmented men. All right. Same thing with Yahweh, our Father. The same thing with our Lord, who's going to come back, a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. All right. White like wool. All right. That is coming to save his elect, because that's who he's only dealing with. And today was not his birthday. First of all, we're not even supposed to be celebrating birthdays. Let's get that first real quick. All right, because that's the main defense that these wacky tacky Christians, all right, like to use. It was more when we was young. Now they trying to take the so-called Christ out of Christmas with it's about family and tradition keeping and things of that nature, right? So they not really trying to bring up, because part of the protocol of the elders of Zion, they go into how through the Hegelian dialectic, which is cause, reaction, solution, on how they orchestrate each world war. World War I, World War II, World War III, and part of that was dissecting the nuclear family, putting alternative lifestyles in the black and brown community, all right, and destroying what we know as the religion of Christendom. All right. So if one of the brothers want to get whoever got it,
I got that Jeremiah 10.
you want to get Jeremiah? You got Job. Perfect. See, that's the spirit. Come on, we'll bring both of them out.
You want to read that first? Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Come on. This is Job 3:1, and it says, "After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day, and Job spake and said, Let the day perish wherein I was born, and let the night in which it was said, There is a man child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not Yahweh regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it."
Right. So Job, in the first chapter of the book of Job, all right, a prophet of the Most High, all right, was regarded as a perfect man, according to the Most High. And this perfect man said, let not day shine on the day that it was said a man child was born. He cursed the day that he was born. All right. A prophet of the scriptures. All right. That's one witness. Let's get to now another witness right here.
1 sec. Would you break down why he cursed it?
Khan, when you are born of a woman, you're born unto sin. You're born unto all of the hell and oppression that we're going through. Job saw in himself through the spirit even about the Messiah. In Job, where it says that I will wake up into my lot and I'll see the Son of Man, you know, roughly paraphrasing. So needing that, he knew that he needed to be saved from death. You know, oh death, where is thou victory? The sting of death, so that Paul said. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going in the correct direction.
Yeah, that's correct. I just also wanted to mention, Salaki, before you move on, just that not only that, he was being born into captivity, man. Again, like, and when you come into that, when you come into the understanding that you are being born in, and why it's an actual curse thing, and why we say that to each other, that runs in line with, man, you've been born again, and this is what, your 30th year, and you still cursed. Yeah. So he was saying that also as well. You know, it's like, damn, man, you know, fuck, 33 years in captivity, like, this is ass. When I'm gonna get out. So you know, Khan, just wanted to add that in.
And that's deep, because even with all the possessions he had before the Most High unleashed Shaitan upon him, we can use Job, so to speak, on the material end as one of these athletes or entertainers. You had a lot of shit, but yet you still realize you in captivity, man.
Look at Kyrie, for example, Slakia.
Yeah, come on. You know, you got all these millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, all right? But when you read into the scripture and you read Job is one of the books that goes over a lot of people's heads, man. You know how many gems is in the book of Job? The first time I read the book of Job, you see what I'm saying, in the Christian world, and I wasn't even in the truth yet, but I cried, bro. Seeing that, can I go through what he went through? This not even Yahweh Shai. This is Job. And you heard in the same day, all your children gone, all your material possessions gone, and you get a bodily ailment. You feel me? Where your own woman won't even have sex with you. She wants you to curse the Most High and die, man. Can you go through that? And little things that you go through, you had to, you know, self-reflect. Damn, bro. You know what I mean? Can I really endure the things that the Most High put upon me? And I'm using it, and the things that was written in the scriptures was written for our learning, man. You know? So, but the point was the birth date, and Dua the Elder, you know what I'm saying, for bringing that out, because that was a great point. I wanted to get that precept out.
Okay. Well, just kind of transitioning the spirit, we're on that topic of Christmas and whatnot. So a lot of people don't realize that Christmas is prophesied in the Bible, and Jeremiah would prophesy that Israel will be doing this in the last days. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Right, so the Most High is talking through the Spirit unto Jeremiah to speak unto who? You Jake, you so-called niggas, spicks, and featherheads, man. All right? All these bywords, and yet you still doing what the oppressor gave you.
Right.
You feel me? So listen to what the Most High is speaking to you, O house of Israel.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Mhm.
For the customs of the people are vain.
The customs of the people, the heathen, the Gentiles, the Goyim, the Gawayam, are in vain, futile, pointless, man. This shit that you doing is pointless. All right? Which is going to talk about the Christmas tree, the wreath, the carol singing, the gift giving, the this and that is all fake love, man. Get it out?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman.
Didn't the original way custom of this whole Christmas spirit thing was you take time in early December to go with your father? They got movies that we used to watch of it.
Cut down a tree.
They go to the and they cut down the literal tree. Oh, we
Make
like that
snowmen,
one.
Make little demons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Snow.
Put it on the top of their little station wagon and drive home, and you got a real evergreen tree in your motherfucking living room and shit. And the father, the old school handyman, he gotta put the shit
don't
down.
Forget they make a new ornament every year with representation of people in the family, and then they decorate it up, put gold and silver on it, decorate it with ribbons. All right, and then they do what? Put a depiction of a white lady on top or a star.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen, with the axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
And Salakia, one of the things that come to me be that song, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Jolly. That they decking the halls with silver and gold, man. And deck sounds like a slang short abbreviation for the word decoration. To deck the halls, you're decorating the halls, and we just read what they doing it with. Go ahead, huh?
They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not.
Yep. So that's tying it down, basically, man.
Yeah.
All right. It's the same thing as you got. Now they buy the little green screw-ins where you slot the tree into the little slot.
Screw it in there.
It has legs, but back in the day, all right, you would throw ropes around it and nail it into the ground. All right, you got to vision it 2,000 plus years ago, man.
They done upgraded their technology.
Yeah, it's been upgraded. All right, so don't act stupid on the comment boards.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree,
Right,
but speak not. So you're setting up these fucking trees that have no meaning and it's pointless. That's another idol.
And the crazy thing is, I was scrolling down on IG, and honestly, this whole Christmas being pagan is out there. Because of the Israelites. And you got, Keisha, of course, thinking that she know it all, but at least she's right on to the fact, some of them, like, yeah, this shit is pagan, da-da-da-da-da, but then you got other Keisha and other simp-ass niggas talking about that scripture that y'all always want to bring out, talking about idols. So what the fuck you think you doing when you bend down to pick up a present to give it to somebody? Go ahead,
No, I was just gonna say I could attest to, man. I remember being, with a female and being at her house during Christmas time several times, and her pops would, he drank. He would sit in the damn room in a chair and just watch the tree, bro, for hours. And me being, in the truth at the time, like, I should just think that was the craziest shit. How he would sit there for hours and just sit looking at this tree. Like they be feeling that shit. Like they be like, oh, and a demon get on them, and they get in that spirit and it's just you acting dumb, man.
And to add on to that, and y'all brothers would know, like, especially if you got the family and the kids, like y'all would never chill in the living room, but all of a sudden Christmas time come around, y'all always want to be and to have conversations around the tree, play Nat King Cole, drink some hot chocolate or whatever the fuck. This is the most time the family been in the living room. Y'all always in y'all room on your phones. Now Christmas time, now the kids are just happy to be around the family, around the tree.
That's a demon,
and the same thing with you. I've been over a shorty crib not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like by near Fountain, Ariel picked me up and shit. Shorty got 2 cats, right? And the cats is just up on the sofa staring at the tree. And she's like, oh, look at my cats. They just love the lights. And I'm like,
niggas looking out
so
demons. Swirling your tree, bitch. That's what they do.
The lights and the bells, it's mesmerizing. That's why they deck it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And anything that you decorate is something that you value and you exalt. If you remember in Peter, he said, "Be ye as your daughters of Sarah," right? Where Sarah called Abraham Lord, and not decorate yourselves with braids and costly apparel, but decorate the inside. You see what I'm saying? Because, so I'm using this as an example. A woman should be, decorating the insides rather than putting too much attention on that outside, because it shows what their most energy or effort is towards. So I'm using that with the decoration of the tree. You decorating the tree because you really love, and you in the Holy Spirit. We don't want to be in the Christmas spirit. The sons of Yashala, we want to be in the Holy Spirit, man.
That's right.
That's right.
And what the hell is the Christmas spirit, man? All right.
A demon, bro.
It's
Hell are you?
Which comes, and the Germans have a demon, man, that they call
Krampus.
Krampus.
Yeah.
I just learned kind of about that.
So,
yeah.
And it also goes back to ancient Babylon, man. The reason that they put gifts and after they decorate this tree, man, they bring forth gifts and put it underneath it as a worship to, like the brother said, it is an idol, man.
Yeah.
Right? They worship the tree god in ancient Babylon.
Tammuz.
All right.
Tammuz, yeah.
So they would put the presents underneath it, and if the tree stayed upright, it was gonna be a good harvest year. If the tree fell, okay, it would be a bad harvest year. So they made sure that it's shirt with nails, decorated, as some grand thing. Please don't fall, And then that was that.
Slacky. And then, just if you was to go all these years in the future, all they really did was they took all those different elements, the positive ones, the candy, the treats, the cookies, and then in America, and in the western parts of Europe where Edom pretty much prevails, they monetized the shit out of it. They pushed it out to children and women. And after you had mentioned a little earlier, after the nuclear family's dissolution, what do you think, man? You got these effeminate men being led around by their balls by all these women, and they do whatever. Yeah. And if I promise you, if you buck up against your woman during the holidays, she gonna leave your ass with the kids and everything.
I think I said that at a camp before.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I said that I was getting my hair braided one time, and this woman said that in her 20-year marriage or some shit, the first argument she ever had years down the line was because he didn't want to do the shit, and she was like, "What you mean, nah?"
Yeah.
And it started an argument. The scriptures say, "Give not thy strength unto women."
Right.
Man.
Which which I don't think any brother on the sign, so to speak, all those nations are guilty of being simps, man. They all get led around by their cock, you know what I mean, in some way, shape, or form. And there's some nigga right now from each tribe that's matching this bitch with matching sandals. Yeah, they wear they wear matching PJs, drinking cocoa. Like you a simp, nigga, and the Lord gonna kill you. I just hope you understand that.
It's not just a sweater; they got the pants and the shoes.
Right? Yeah, the Lord gonna kill you, niggas.
Oh, and you got them simp ass niggas right now proposing to
Oh yeah, yeah.
She getting 30 dicks.
Damn,
Right next to the tree.
damn, right next. Damn. We on your neck, Christmas.
But see how
Sneak the neighbor in, let him hit.
Oh, nigga,
You been on the knee, fucking.
You on the
marry
knees.
her.
And the neighbor know he was in her booty.
Look, we gotta get out of this society. If you with a woman and your woman won't give you pussy because you don't bend to the will of doing this Christmas ass shit, man. What type of shit is that? Oh, I don't want to enjoy. Well, you fucking it up for this and the kids. Next thing you know, you in the bed and you trying to rub on her. You wouldn't let nobody have milk and cookies. You like, Keisha, you tripping.
Nobody presents. You think you about to get this present?
Oh,
son, that's how you know when it says the Lord said, "I will make a new thing. I will have a woman to compass a man." You feel me? We at the bottom, bro. All right. It even tells you in secular history in the Willie Lynch letter, the main threat to the slave master, the Edomite, was the so-called black men. We know the Israelite men, not the Israelite women, man. They can manipulate them easy, and that goes back to what we talked about with the serpent in Genesis, man.
Which is what I meant by they marketed it, Salaki, like y'all was saying. That's exactly what I meant by they marketed it, packaged it, made it look pretty, shipped it out to women and children.
And before, like
now you got what it is today.
This age of technology and knowledge that has ushered in the modern day. All right, we as children used to think this thing a righteous thing.
Right? Yeah.
You know, we used to view it as, oh well, you know, it's this and that, and this is why, and we have to love everybody. When you know the opposite hand of that is everything opposite, man. It's completely against the Lord. It's completely against His laws and His doctrine, man. That's all right. And it's completely against the family structure, man. You shouldn't have one specific day where, like the brother said, you niggas been in the room all day on your phones all year. You know, the only time we fight is when I'm telling you to come do the dishes because you a black ass disobedient child. Right. All right. And then the only time that you get to spend time with families during, you know, the so-called holidays, man, that's going off, man. All right, you're supposed to honor thy mother and father daily, man. You're supposed to check up on your brothers and your sisters daily, man. All right.
Again, Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. Mm-hmm. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
The work of the hands. What? Right? Go ahead.
Now watch this, man. All right. So the scriptures, man, it says we are to teach, man, here a little, there a little. And that's why we're giving you all these precepts, because they flow together, man. All right. And that's a cut to you, New Testament scripture, you know, Old Testament only type thing. This is Deuteronomy, all right, chapter 4 and 28. And it says, and there ye shall serve gods that works of men's hands, wood and stone.
That works of whose hands?
Of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Does a tree eat, hear, or smell, or eat? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, man. Right.
You can,
and that's to the cross. All right, that's to your damn rosary.
Just gonna say.
That's to your damn your altars, your whole entire church, man.
Okay.
Little Buddha set up.
There's a scene, Salakia. There's a scene in Vikings, basically where the dude they come into a Christian church, so to speak. Now, all these people are the wrong complexion, but he basically goes into one of the Vikings goes into the church and he's like, they really think this works to pray to this dead dude on the piece of wood. He was like, let me try it. And he, you know, he kind of mocked them. Like, he did a little silent cross. And then he killed the nigga. And he was like, I guess that shit don't protect you for nothing. And he kind of, and then he walked out. But it was heavy. It was heavy because like that, what you just read, you know, these dumb idols that people cling to for safety. The Mummy comes to mind when that dude he's got 30 chains on and he's looking.
And then when he brought out, you know, we know now with the Magan Dawad, even though it wasn't the Shir David, but then he started speaking in Hebrew. And the Mummy said, wait, that's the language of the slaves.
Right.
That nigga alone.
Yeah, you see
right, I know what power you got.
Yeah, because it's the nationality. Like the brother likes to bring out. It's the blood.
I don't think that scene, Salakia, it doesn't resonate with regular people as heavy as that moment really is. That you have this.
Basically Hollywood letting you know all these gods is
BS. Is BS. Yeah, there's one. And there's a people. Yeah, now obviously he was not he was a rat, but you know, but still, you know, just that's a heavy little scene, as well as that movie's heavy in general, you know, not to get off topic, but if you look at the tribes that protected it, there was 12 of them, and they actually speak Hebrew to each other, and they were representation straight. Yeah, he tells the dude like, Yahweh Manar, and he rides off. Yeah, you gotta go back and watch it, bro.
They're in the air balloon. They go across.
It's in the second one, actually.
See, like the ones you see the brothers charging in.
Yeah.
On the horse.
Yeah. When they come in, when they ride in, and it's all them brothers. Remember, they pull up on the desert, like, and the whole tribe is there, and everybody done pulled up, and then he goes to tell them, like, but that's what he tells them is like, I'm gonna go get the tribes, and he tells the brother like, Yahweh Mahar, and he rides off. It's a heavy scene.
Yeah, I think I remember that. And he had like the sand.
Yeah, he had like the whole turban set up, but he had the beard and the tattoos under, and all of them had that. He was a Magi, which the greatest warriors of Israel often will put into the Magi order to protect the Pharaoh. A lot of times.
The Magi were made up of all Israelites, basically. They were personally.
Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them was.
Can I say something about this? That's spiritual as hell because I played Assassin's Creed where it's based in Egypt and shit. It was like 2016. That's right before I woke up. I just had a connection with that Magi.
Yeah.
But now it makes sense. And you can see too, remember how he kept telling he was tight because
He was like, these people aren't even the Egyptians. Like that was his plight the whole time. It was during the time of the Greek and Roman invasion, and when Caesar when these Edomites started infighting, and he basically decimated Greece and took it all and took over everything, married Cleopatra, so on so much, and then you had all these Edomites ruling in the ancient world, like. Yeah, but Ptolemy was already in rulership at that time because he's one of the guys you kill in that game. So that what's her face can get with Caesar and then he betrays your ass. So yeah, it's exactly what fucking happens.
Y'all got precepts?
Yeah, Salak, we got off. Go ahead.
I wanted to get into, so I'll get into after all three.
You got more on that, brother?
Not on that specific
precept.
You can go. I got one after.
This is the law. This is the law. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 4. Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am the Lord Yahweh, your power. That's it right there.
Personal pronoun, man.
Your
power, man. All right, this thing ain't for everybody, just like we've been talking about with the mummy, the language of the slave, man. All right, that's a specific people walking this earth. Okay.
Yeah, and John 3:16 ain't gonna save you. Salak you.
This is
that's been cut already.
3, verse 31, and it says, "Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." And that's basically simple.
Not con, like, because when you do and it's the shit that you see on Instagram, bro. If you're not, fully grounded in the spirit, this shit will vex the fuck out of you, bro. Like you will see people, like I was kind of making mention before. Everybody know the origins of Christmas is pagan, yet they still be like, well, we're American, man. Just enjoy fun with the family and all that. Like, that shows you how, and it be niggas. So it shows you how weak of a backbone, and they not going to inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, because no effeminate is going to inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, man. Why the fuck you can't stand on what is truth? You want to stand on something that's false, man, and you don't give a fuck because of whatever sensual shit that pleases the flesh, man. May Yahweh Bashem Yahushua kill you wicked ass niggas, man.
And let me say this to you too, all right? Because you got these, these women and these niggas out here. Well, it's for the kids, man. When you have that personal, conversation with the Lord, you gonna tell him it was for the kids when he has a sword to your neck,
right,
ready to chop your shit off for celebrating this wicked ass holiday, man.
That shit,
and you ready to sit there and tell him it's for the kids, bro? You gonna get locked.
It's a terrible answer.
All right, you gonna look like Ned Stark real quick.
It's a bad answer.
All right, straight up.
Why did you do this?
Or
for the kids.
In that day, why are you taking to see him?
Then you
for
the
kids.
You gonna say you teaching the kids this?
Oh, no, that's a good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's our order too. You're putting your children above you.
Yeah.
You're saying it's all for the benefit of them. Look, so they're above you.
Not to mention if you
reign in the
yes. Right. That's what I was gonna say. That spirit is off, because realistically, if you follow this, not only will the Most High kill your ass, he gonna put your wicked ass children to death
and
too.
If you don't got no backbone,
you know what I'm
this,
saying?
I don't think you'll have no backbone for the chip.
Right.
I don't think you have no backbone for what the brothers call the alternative lifestyles. And
right.
We all know what that means.
Right.
All right. So hey, man.
Or when Jacob's trouble is fully upon you.
Say, hey, this is wicked, man.
I mean, you don't see no gangbangers, no felon, no military, none of these niggas that's supposed to be alpha males in this society talking against no alternative lifestyle shit, because y'all niggas shook to be canceled with cancel culture.
Right.
And what the brother Azara said, it says that in Isaiah 3, for children are your oppressors, man.
Mm-hmm.
You doing it for the kids, that means they're oppressing you by you feeling guilty of what a fucking child is telling you or how you supposed to be living. What type of shit is that, man? It says in Romans 9 that how can the clay tell the potter, why did you make me thus?
Right.
Nigga, you my child and you gonna do what I say, which is a commandment in the scriptures to teach them the commandments of the Lord, man.
Yep.
That's heavy, because giving them a president is basically a tribute. So they are oppressing you. So you literally pay them tribute out of your hard-earned money. And then come January, motherfuckers gonna be trying to script and scrounge just to have gas to get to work, man.
Maxing out all the damn credit cards.
Especially for Keisha, man. All right, I'm talking about what's her name? Fucking Maria and Pocahontas too. Okay? When it comes to these kids, man, you as a father, you spoil your child all year. And then comes Christmas time, especially in December, money gets short. You can't get your kid a child, and you motherfuckers is calling niggas out here bad dads, this, that, the next thing, deadbeat. Man, that nigga been paying you child support all you've been paying for your nails, this kid the whole year, and it comes to this one day and he don't have enough to get this nigga what Billy Johnson has down the street, who's an Edomite. All right, and you can't keep up with the Joneses, and now he a bad dad. He's out of pocket, man.
Psalms, my brother wrote it in here. Grab Psalms 106 and 37. But
you had a priest that you still wanted to. Oh, this one.
No, I just gave it to him. Yeah. But brother wrote it up here.
106 and what?
Psalms 106 and 37. It's good set. The water, brother. See, steady day and night, bro.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106, and verse 37. Yeah, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils.
You got drag queens reading to them in libraries. You got them subject to all these wicked ass holidays. All right, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Right.
All right, Valentine's Day, which is coming up.
Yep.
Okay.
I will say on the behalf, like the brother you said it earlier, and I know I scrolled my timeline in the same thing, but on the flip side of that coin, what I did see that kind of gave me a little bit of, just a boost in the spirit was for as many people as is celebrating. Man, it's a lot of people I've been telling a long time to get away from this shit, and it was nice to kind of see like a good amount of people being like you had said, yo, this shit is pagan. I'm not celebrating. Y'all niggas bugging. Like, how you niggas still doing this in 2022? So it was also, the word is getting out there that that all these holidays are wicked and heathenistic and don't have no tie to our heritage or our culture whatsoever. So,
and like the brother
time is getting short.
That's all thanks to one West and the Apostle Elders on down, man.
That's right.
Out here pushing on these highways and the byways that you rode through the neighborhood. It used to be every goddamn house has lights, man.
Yep.
Every goddamn house has a tree.
I kind of mentioned that to this brother when we got here. It's like, man, Colorado Springs used to go crazy for Christmas. When I was a kid, I mean, the whole mall be lit up. Yeah, like they used to go crazy during Christmas time. You could tell too that
the spirit of mirth is disappearing from
and like I was telling this brother too.
We can't do it.
Right. But I had to, I was mentioning to him, like, we used to come out here. It used to be heavy through here, like, and a lot of scoffers.
It used to be open to this.
Yeah. Well, they ain't running no buses because it's a holiday, but, normally you would get a good amount of people out here. It'd be all kinds of demons. Everybody challenging you, from the Bible scholar goofies that just got off the bus. Niggas don't even come over here no more.
It was like a Black Friday 2.0 because they was doing all certain type of sales and they had all this shit. So when Christmas Day is here now, you can't buy and get a wrap your Christmas. So they like, shit, we got all this shit, we might as well put it on extra sale today now since niggas ain't buying for Christmas anymore. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of niggas will go out and shop and things of that nature on Christmas Day after they do they whatever, things of that nature to get ready to get an outfit to go drunk to go to the club, and because
because it's 70% off type shit.
Businesses can't afford to pay employees today, and these employees, all right, since the vid happened, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't been working, man.
Yeah.
All right,
they just said that too.
It's a lot. And fat, man. You got a lot of people out here living off of whatever they can, put their hands on in what's it called?
Shit, a lot of
programs
people
and shit.
Still ain't got solid jobs,
Groceries delivered for free.
Niggas went and did them PPP loans and that shit coming back to bite them in their ass.
So a lot
type
of
shit.
In motion, man. But point being,
started businesses. Holiday, I mean, you could just look. If you just, I don't want to do it because we got the thing attached. But even just behind us, like, man, this mall right now currently is less than like 60% occupied, like with stores, and it used to never be like that. So it is, man. Time is getting short. Niggas need to come get in their right mind, get out of that murky spirit.
And see, perfect segue with the spirit. I don't know if you had anything lined up, but I was going to ask one of the Akims if they can get like an article and read just one paragraph about Saturnalia, and then if another brother can get the etymology of Saturnalia, and then we're going to get some precepts because it lines up. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot, like we talked about the origins going back to Babylon, Nimrod, Tammuz, Semiramis and shit like that. The fertility, Queen of Heaven type worship, the Christmas tree representing a phallus, the jingle bells on this shit representing, you know, testes and shit, and the fucking things that go around supposed to be representing sperm, and you know the gifts supposed to be representing like the fruit of the womb, and you know the evergreen tree being fertile the whole year because it's green the whole year, and going into that type of thing, and being a representation. You see what I'm saying, of Nimrod, of Satan, Santa, the anagram that they like to use, the duality between Krampus and Santa. All right, come on, bring it out on.
All right. It says right here, people also ask, this is on google.com, is Saturn, how do you pronounce it?
Saturnalia.
Saturnalia and Christmas the same? Saturnalia, held in mid-December, is an ancient Roman pagan festival honoring the agricultural lowercase g god Saturn.
And that's how you know this is Rome all over again, man.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? This is a revived ancient Roman Empire. This is why we keep the same Roman pagan holidays, or not we, but America. You know what I'm saying?
Powers that be.
They follow that Juliano's
And
calendar. And
all classes of men got to participate, even the slaves.
which we're gonna get into. You kind of brought it out too early.
It says,
Everybody gets to do it.
because of when the holiday occurred near the winter solstice, Saturnalia celebrations are the source of many of the traditions we now associate with Christmas.
Now look, see, many of the traditions now can either the brother Ariel Azara, can you get for the traditions of, we would rather keep the commandments of God than the traditions of men, all right, and hold that in the arsenal real quick. But notice how it said the winter solstice. What is the winter solstice? It's when the sun is at its least amount of time throughout the whole year, meaning it's darkness for most of the day.
Very cold.
And the scriptures say we are what? The children of light.
Mhm.
So back in ancient Rome, and I might have to get that out too. All right, because you do certain that he was using a comparison, Paul, in one of the epistles, on what people do in the night, and we're not the children of darkness, we're the children of the light. We want our works to be seen throughout men. People do things in the night because, you know,
to not be seen.
To not be seen, to hide themselves, right? This is why when you're going to, which is he's going to talk about, all right, which even had it in the Boondocks and shit. You know, men was busting up men in the in the you know what, getting drunk and shit. You feel me, for this type of, you know, festival and things of that nature, man. You know, and they wasn't too hot and out there with it, but they did it in the nighttime, man. And
that's why nightclubs and bars and things of that nature make so much money, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because the majority of people, just like in the time of Noah, are living in, you know, they go do whatever they do during the daytime. They handle business, and then, you know, as that song says, the freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out.
Yeah, you know, they go to the nightclub and they get real freaky.
They get real goofy in that
seen,
bitch.
you know, I've been in the nightclub, you know, as a partaker, and I've been in there as a security guard, you know, as a bouncer, man. So I've seen both spectrums, man, and it gets real wild in the clubs. All right.
Just that point again. Saturnalia celebrations are the source of many of the traditions we now associate with Christmas.
So it said the traditions, brother. If you got that precept for me out, and then we're gonna get the etymology.
Yeah, this Mark 7:7. It says, "Howbeit, in vain do you worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men."
Woo!
Verse 8, "For laying aside the commandments of Yahweh, ye hold the tradition of men as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do."
Right. So the original intent was when the Pharisees were saying, "Oh, you don't teach these brothers to wash their hands." You see what I'm saying? Going back to the oral teachings and the Talmud and things of that nature, but don't want to put emphasis on the actual commandments that's in the Torah. You want to add words into the Bible, man. You see what I'm saying? So the Most High was like, Yahushua was like, "Yo, you trying to push these traditions that have been passed down on and on, rather than the actual commandments that came on high, man." All right, and that shit that you doing is in vain. All right, and a lot of these pastors, a lot of these people, they're trying to teach their kids and things of that nature, traditions, man. And all right, and a tradition don't mean that it's holy or righteous, man. All right, that just means something that has continued to happen on a cycle of generation to generation, even if it was wicked, man. All right, because now that we learn the truth, are we going to continue to do a tradition, all right, that we know now to be evil unto the eyes of the Most High? No, all right, because Yahweh Shah said the Father seeketh the generation that worship Him in spirit and in truth, man. All right, so is it a true thing that we are supposed to be keeping Christmas? No, man. All right, go ahead, huh?
This is the etymology of Saturnalia, but let me first get the etymology of Saturn. All right, it says Old English, Saturn, name of the Roman god, also in astronomy, the name of the most remote and largest planet.
The most remote, the
Or
farthest
one
away.
of the largest planets. So, not the largest. I think Venus is.
I think Jupiter's
Jupiter.
allegedly
From
the
Latin,
largest.
Saturnus, originally a name of a Italic god of the agriculture of agriculture.
Woo! See,
Tree.
right? Because
You know what I'm
Salakia. So remember, in one of the chapters of Revelation is not coming to me right now, but remember, out of the bottomless pit. The bottomless pit is Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, not a lot of resources in agriculture grow it. So imagine being a cave beast that you are as an Edomite, and you living in the bottomless pit in Europe, and then you're wondering how you're going to eat. You see what I'm saying? So you make up this mythology and start praying to these agriculture gods in order to live wealthy, because you're not in the land of milk and honey. You see what I'm saying?
And on the flip side, you would start colonizing motherfuckers.
Yep, and it starts to
And taking their shit.
What do they call it? Druid.
Right.
Hey, we're gonna come over here. You guys got a plethora of this.
Basically warlock spells and shit like that. You know. Continuing on, but it's the what does it say? It says the Italic god of agriculture and possibly from the Etruscans, which if you ever played Total Rome 2 is the Etruscans,
Pontius.
and no, they had that land that's on the left. It
Rome.
was an island basically on the left hand side of where Rome is, or where Italy is.
Because you got, I know a lot of Edomites that call themselves Etruscans because
but the Etruscans were basically they got killed by the Romans.
They got taken out by the Romans. People that was before the Romans.
Yeah, it's the Etruscans, the Samites, and then you had.
But they were originally Japhite though. The Etruscans, right?
Yeah. But they got pushed out basically by the Romans. All right, so derivation from the Latin sense past particle status to sow. So basically to sow, either to sow seed. Which is why in Rome they did what they did during that day.
So that shall ye also reap. So you sowing this idolatry, you're gonna reap destruction.
And that's why like the brother Yada was saying, they're equating the sowing of food seeds into the ground agriculture with the sex and the fertility of sowing seed, whether it be women, men, child, whatever they did with in Rome.
They and that sex demon, man, is a heavy demon, and they try to appoint the Lord both their biggest sex demon holidays, man. Easter and Christmas.
The Easter thing is in the spring where the harvest comes. So agriculture and fertility gods kind of like share qualities. You see throughout Greece and in Rome certain of, this is the Roman equivalent to this god, but they might have added another characteristic on this god as well, because they see the pattern, you know what I mean, of certain things,
and then this is the etymology of the word Saturnalia. All right.
Now watch this.
This is from 1596. Or 1590s, Slovakia. Time of merrymaking, from the Latin Saturnalia, the ancient Roman festival of Saturn. All right, held in December, a time of feasting and mirthfulness for all classes.
Get that Ecclesiastes,
even slaves. All right. Pertaining to Saturn from the Saturn, the Old English word that I just spoke on, they correspond to the Greek Cornelia. So, you know, Greek had a similar type holiday, man.
And Salakia, because
Yeah.
now it's bringing me back to Jeremiah, where he brought out, "Be not dismayed at the sons of heaven," right? If the nighttime is longer because of the winter solstice, that means you have a longer time to gaze at the stars, right? Astrology prognosticators, right? So that means that these people was able to see, Saturn probably more open, so to speak, in the sky, and they would be dismayed at it because that's when they go into, are we gonna have an early, like, see, a Groundhog Day? Is winter, is spring gonna come early, or is it gonna come late? Or you know what I mean? They trying to read do the fortune. That's where the fortune teller shit comes from. Looking at the stars, back to Babylon.
And it's the power of our enemy, man. All right, we know according to Ephesians 6:6, hey man, we battle against the princes of darkness, man. All right, so when it's a day like that, man, and it's a short day, and the entire city is preoccupied having sex, drinking, and doing whatever, manner of wickedness that they could do. And let's just say it straight like this, man. Rome was basically a melting pot, man. You had all kinds of alternative lifestyles going in. And if you've ever seen the show on Stars, it's called Spartacus, you have a decent understanding of what it would kind of look like when this thing took place, man.
A lot of people hated on that show.
Okay.
And would be like, this is not a real, and it would tell you at the beginning that it was a real representation of Rome, because it's one of the few shows that actually showed like the mixing and mingling of peoples. You know what I'm saying?
I need some shit in this show, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It shows. Like,
it showed you there was Hamites present, obviously other brown nations, and then it was all amongst these Edomites, and all the Romans are all, they're all Edom for the most part.
Then it also confused a lot of people because they're sitting there like, well, how do you know who's a slave?
Yeah, because they couldn't figure it out.
How they both white?
Right, but she was like, see, because some of these.
Who's the slave? Look for the darker.
Right. That's why.
Wasn't out there looking like the red man.
Right. Like Gannicus and Crixus, for example, did not look how they're depicted in the show. Yeah, nor did Spartacus.
In the sea of white people is who's the slave.
Right.
Who's the slave? Like, come on,
they try to figure it out. Like, well, how does that make sense?
How would you know? Who's a slave?
Yeah.
You know who the slave
is. You know who the slave is.
We are just repeating ourselves at this point.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, basically Saturnalia is it's basically an all-day orgy, feast. Gift giving, feastful time, and time of drinking, and all that. So, and that's what's happening in America today. So, outside of the kids getting toys, you got adults, throwing Christmas parties, getting married,
swinging,
probably doing the swinging thing, the orgy thing,
being weird,
turning the kids out. They're turning the kids out.
Hey man, that's just the best about it.
Doing all type of
then you roll into the fake New Year and shit.
Right now, there is a little Jake probably being molested by his effeminate ass uncle.
Right.
Man, that's so.
I was just gonna say, man, there's a culture for that in Colorado Springs. Like, I found it because through the schools I done found out a couple parents done turn their kids out loose on some wild shit, and the kids start talking or whatever, like, yo, it'd be some wild shit happening at my house. Like, what?
But I got a PS5 out of it.
Dad be doing what, nigga?
No. That's how they get him.
So I'm not supposed to say nothing.
I got the Goku action figure off.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of women too as well.
Yeah.
That crazy drunk uncle that come around during, because she don't say Christmas and shit. Con and just the fact that she damn, I see you in the wild, pretty miss, Shankisha.
No.
You know what I mean? You starting to get a little hefty up there and down there, huh? She's like, stop. Every now and everybody in the other rooms, and they drunk and shit. And you don't know, in the bathroom in the basement downstairs, she didn't call her. You see, it can't hear nothing. They playing music loud, and he didn't. I mean, this goes on in our
life.
Yeah,
and not just Southern Kingdom. Maria,
bring it out.
Maria, Pocahontas.
Yes.
You see what I'm
They're
saying?
heavy into that shit.
Yeah, Issachar and Ephraim. This shit is going down with these Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, so-called, and so on and so forth.
Honestly, they might be worse than black folks.
Nah, for real.
They go.
There's a
all
such
out.
thing
They
as a
make
Puerto
you dream
Rican
Christian
Christian.
in their salsa dancing.
Yeah.
Shalak Rayam.
Yeah,
I had
you know what I'm
Shalak
saying?
Rayam. I'm
Con,
shocked.
con,
Them
nah.
evil.
Yeah,
They eating Christmas nachos.
Fucking ham. They put that roasted ham
With dyed
right there, big
fucking
ass
round
pig
face.
feet. Jake is
They
Con.
going in. Just
So-
stuff
so- so-
reason, bro.
With the etymology, real quick, to make the point again, when he brought out the etymology, it said a time of merrymaking and a feast, right? And mirth, right? And how he brought out, it was also a time for all classes, including the slaves, right? So if you remember in like your Roots movies and things of that nature,
Right.
the slaves would love Christmas in Georgia somewhere, in Alabama somewhere, because the slave master would give them time off in the fields for Christmas, man.
Times with their wives, and if you was one of them fighting slaves, or if you was one of them mandingos,
Might
like
got
in
a beer.
Django, you might have had a tall little piece of liquor. You know what I'm saying? You
Is
might have
it-
got a
and
few
a
bunnies
quiche,
for the night.
Is it-
And a quiche to go bust.
You know what I'm saying?
Is
Don't
it
give me them
Christmas
slave
time
girls
yet,
real quick.
Massa? Do we get to
And you'll
cook
come
up?
in the room like, hey,
You gonna give us some
you done
stuff
filled
for
my
the other
pockets today,
chitlins,
Tobias.
Massa?
you know,
Please, Massa. I love me some white Jesus birthday, Massa. I can't wait to
I can't wait for a clear, man.
Oh, I can't have
the
it.
Christmas.
Keisha.
The Christmas.
Oh, I hate niggas.
I can just picture my ancestors. That's fucked.
I hate niggas.
Yo, Jake, yo, we
In my
came
mind,
such a
I'm like,
long way,
fuck that
bro.
shit. And I
Hey,
eat
but
my
it's
shit.
the opposite of the kingdom. They be looking like that at the Sabbath.
They be doing like this with the
I'm like, it's the Shabbat. Oh my
God,
gosh!
yeah, finally,
This
right.
nigga's not beating my ass.
So
I
the
ain't seen one of us
Salaki,
get thrown
brother.
at the wall today
No.
yet.
Before I get this first one to say, Keisha, Maria, and Pocahontas, they're indebted. Also, they done got money out of their fucking that nigga that they've been dealing with, whether it be an older man, their uncle, their cousin. And hey, either you give that ass up or you give some cash up, and you know you're indebted to that. You know those gifts you got for your kids were in vain.
Hey, I know a lot of Keisha was out there twerking it for
For
some
a
change
couple
so
niggas,
they
man.
could put some shit under the tree.
Hey, you know how they hit Jake?
You know you
And then-
let
and
that
then
old
they
nigga
act
tag your
outside.
shit
You be like, what's wrong?
so you can have
I
that
can't
couple little thousand to pay for them kids.
You get that text.
Then they be out here.
Hey, how are you?
Oh my! Don't
How are
hit me
you?
with
Not
that.
so good.
Where your ass been at all December,
Hey,
ho?
I need $100.
Yeah, for real.
They try to act all sad.
Yo, they be like, I missed you. Like, bitch, no, you didn't. You was at Uncle George's house sucking that nigga off for a whole month. That's where the fuck you been at. Trying to play with
And
me.
it's crazy too, because I mean they do all of this, and at the end of the day, man, there's still little Jimmy down the street in that multi-million-dollar house that has way more than your kids, has way more opportunities than your kids, and you are still, when Saturnalia is
Lil
over,
Amalek.
On the bottom, bro.
a slave.
bro, we all done did it. You go to school, you got the freshest new kicks on. That
Oh, you
2
lit
weeks
with the
later,
shit.
all the toys you done had, you barely even playing with them anymore. All your new clothes, you done got them dirty, and they on the floor. The kids looking at you. Yo, I just bought you that new coat. Can't you hang it up on the hanger and shit? And it teaches ungratefulness to the kids, man.
Right.
You feel me? Because it's some out of nowhere boom new shit. Everybody bring their new. Remember when we was young, niggas coming with the new little iPod touches and shit.
Right.
You feel me?
Nigga, I got the
iPods,
Iverson
the
stick in.
new Beats headphones and
Right,
shit.
right.
Yeah, you
Going
know.
out on the new outfit
You
for a
got the
couple
new
days.
Nokia
Wednesday
Razor.
come through,
She
like-
got the BlackBerry or the Sidekick.
The two-way.
You know what I mean?
Two-way.
And I remember when I got the hyperizers in my school's colorway, bro. I thought I was the coolest because hyperizers were banned in the league because they was the lightest shoe. Someone like ripped their shoe, broke their ankle in them. But
Them hyperizers don't let niggas jump out the gym.
I got that brief. Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, and verse 2, in the Old Testament, written by our King Solomon. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
So Christmas Day, it's a like I said, Black Friday 2.0, because it's like a Thanksgiving 2.0. The same amount of food that they go out. It's Christmas Eve.
the
Let's
same
go.
menu,
Let's
too.
go to King Soopers real quick.
It's the
Same menu. You bring it again. It's a feast thing and da 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 da.
Turkey, ham,
Yeah,
mashed
get your
potatoes.
liquor and your this and that and the third. Sweet potatoes, apple pie, peach, sweet, all of that shit. You feel me?
Eggnog and whiskey.
But the scripture says,
That's a fact.
all right, that it's better to go into the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. What is this that we're doing right here? Remember, when 2 or 3 is gathered together, he's in the midst of. We're having church, an assembly of Israelites. That is a house. All right, this is an altar in the house of the Lord right here. And we're mourning in the spirit, right? Sighing and crying for the abominations done in the midst thereof. And one of them is y'all niggas keeping this Christmas shit, man.
Well, willing somebody cop judgment. I've been listening to them sirens like, yeah, nigga.
Christmas
judgment.
Right, but like the brother said, the brother said, we tired of hearing Merry Christmas and all this shit.
Yeah, I hope you
at the
your
work
toe,
spot
nigga.
or whatever. You know what I mean? That shit's vexing.
I can't even go buy a product.
Because it be your boss.
Christmas.
What you do for Christmas?
Bro.
You gotta come up with some bullshit.
But it don't even stop. The whole January, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. For the whole, the shit is over with.
Yeah.
It's January 25th.
Right.
And, you
And
talking
niggas still
about
got their
Merry
lights up.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
February 1st, niggas still got
Month
their
after
lights
hearing
up.
that, you know, Keisha come up. Valentine's right around the corner.
Fuck you, bitch.
What you gonna get me?
Keisha will
you,
go to bed
bitch.
tonight and wake up tomorrow and be like, so what we doing for
this-
Valentine's Day?
What have you done for me lately?
Oh, get out.
I was talking
Get
to
out.
I was talking to the elder Maccabee before Cap, and I said, you can scare off Eve by saying you don't celebrate these fucking holidays.
Yeah.
Without even saying anything.
Yup,
Just by saying you don't partake, she'll look at you weird like a bug out.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
was like, dang, I can't parade you in front of my family like a little slave nigga. who wears
Right.
my
I can't
clothes.
dress you up like
This
a
is
little
my
toy
uncle.
Ken doll. and-
This is my
Uncle
grandfather.
Tio.
Yeah, Uncle Tio talking about, hey man, if you hurt my daughter, I'm gonna have to kill you. You know that.
You like, nigga?
You like nigga?
Small as
What the
hell.
fuck you talking about?
Nah, G shit though. Y'all never had that happen to you?
I have.
but
Yeah.
every time I'm like,
Yes.
look at this
They
tree
playing.
going on.
They playing, but I'm like, when I was that
They
shit used to
playing,
get
but
me
they
so
not.
tight, bro. Like, do you know what your daughter does? or
Like,
your
bro, I
niece
pulled her
do,
Right.
my nigga?
Yeah.
I
Shut
bet
your
you think
mother
I'm the
cat
one
back
to take
boom
up
last
the
night.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. You
Like,
know, like,
if I
nigga.
hurt her, what about if she hurt me? What
Yeah,
then?
because you don't know what that mouth do and I do. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? She be like, yo, she out here hurting me.
I'd be like, yeah, cool. Uncle Joe. Just look, tell it dad when she says daddy, I'm reaching for
Oh, nigga, chill. Hold on. Almost fell off the curb. Damn.
Yeah,
That's
continue
how it
on.
be, though, bro.
Oh, Lord. Why you had to hit him there, bro?
Yeah, you come in the house, hey, just so ain't no complications. Look,
Nigga, when she say daddy, she talk about me. That's funny.
Dad is you, daddy is me.
7-2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men. And the living will lay it to his heart.
Right, so you're supposed to be laying it to your heart, which is your lob in the Hebrew, which is your mind. You're supposed to be meditating. Why is it better to go to the house of mourning to the house of feasting? All right, what am I mourning about? Usually, matter of fact, when you look up the word woe, it really says mourn. But what do people do when they mourn? Because somebody died. All right, this is why when it talks about woe in the scriptures, we say destruction, because when destruction comes, it's mass death. All right? So go ahead.
Or as Esau calls it, a shit hits the fan moment, man.
Shift.
Yeah, shift.
Ecclesiastes 7-3. Sorrow is better than laughter. For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
Right. So we're making ourselves better as we over here feeling vexed of all of this bullshit that's going on in a sorrowful spirit, where y'all niggas, like he said, drinking eggnog and whiskey, all right, being next to your little pedophile uncles and shit, watching the Grinch Stole Christmas and all that dumb shit, all right, opening up these dumbass presents and shit. You see what I'm saying, with these ungrateful ass little kids.
Talking about your old time.
Watching Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
And then you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it like this. Why is
Fighting over that damn action figure.
Yeah.
I remember that
Tell me
movie.
that
dog.
dog, too.
We all know what, man.
Home Alone 2
The
was
Lord's
probably
gonna come
two.
back
Yo,
to
Jake,
Jake, in the
that's-
night, man.
It's Sinbad.
All right, so the Lord come back and you want to be
Some
found,
niggas watch it
underneath
Friday,
the Christmas
Friday
tree,
after
man.
next.
Right. All right. The scriptures say, that the day of the Lord shall be like in the times of Noah. All right. So why is it better to be in the spirit of mourning? So just like this is just like in the days of Noah, niggas is out here acting wild, festivities,
Right.
feasting,
Drinking, being merry,
right?
fucking,
This, that, the next
humping.
thing. If it's a known fact, the Lord gonna bust through the doors on a day like that, what would make you think that it's okay to be out here doing those things, man?
That's how you know they don't believe in
especially in the holiday.
Hey,
that has nothing to do with these scriptures.
And Salakia, if Noah endured over 300 years of scoffing, like, man, you ever put that into thought? How long? And every day,
vexed.
Bro, he had to be. Every day he went out and put some boards on the ark. And it was niggas like, nigga, what you doing, nigga? You wasting your time.
Nigga had a bottle like this.
Yeah,
come on,
nigga, what you
got
doing,
a bottle
man?
for you right here.
Yeah.
Not only was he doing it, he was prophesying.
Prophesying
to them. He said he was prophesying. And he was a one-man camp.
Right.
Not against the whole world.
And not only that,
a man against the whole world.
He was sitting there. He was sitting there telling people that an event that had never took place on earth was gonna happen.
He built the boat, prophesying. Niggas looking at him like, hell no.
Because you had to think.
There's that one nigga, hey, I know your back hurt, nigga.
Right. Hey, but you know what? That nigga drowned. So fuck what he was talking about. That nigga drowned. That nigga drowned. Talk all the shit he want.
They climbed to the tallest hill.
Some of the niggas thought they was, probably some good ass Olympic swimmers, and Leviathan came up and chomped them up.
For real.
A megalodon
For
just
real.
said, nigga, you thought you was gonna swim your way
nigga,
out
you
of this
thought,
one.
yeah,
Nigga
for real.
sent some fucking
For real.
fish beasts.
Hey man, to be mocked and scoffed.
As the scripture says, who is it that can escape from the hand of the Lord?
Come on, bro. Nobody. And Salaki, I was just gonna say, man, that's a heavy thing for him to be mocked and scoffed that long.
And you niggas celebrating and jumping into the middle of his palm right now.
So which should also teach us patience and long suffering.
Mm-hmm.
For you to be scoffed at, and Abraham did what he did, and he didn't even get to see the benefits of what he did, man. He didn't see him inherit the land, but yet he believed and had faith, man.
All right, Ecclesiastes 7:4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Right, so all y'all niggas is foolish, man. Folly.
And what's the Lord call you, man? Foolish and Scottish children.
Yeah, the Most High said not to deal with fools. Wisdom is too high for fools. So if you still in that Christmas spirit and doing it, and you know that it's pagan, and you like, man, fuck it, I don't care, then you just gonna die, man. All right, that's what you chosen. You the walking dead,
and they ain't repenting. They think they right.
They think they right. Yeah.
It's a prideful thing.
They do think
they
they
got
right.
that saying in the world.
Sorry in the morning,
laugh now, cry later. But we're crying now, laughing later. You see what I'm saying? We're putting in that work in the hopes that we don't have to cry later on when these missiles come, man.
Baby, like Drake said.
Matt, that whatever you about to get, we'll let that be the last precept, and then we'll close it out on that.
Shalakia.
Yeah, man. But see, that's that fuck. You just talking about the missiles. look, you see that color
this is a precursor right there.
They're the same fucking color.
And the Most High,
that look like
he
red
testing out the color palette right now. He like, what color is going to be perfect for that day?
That color usually only shows
right
up
there.
Crazy, right?
Most High test out the color palette. Like, I want to burn these niggas up in Babylon, my nigga.
Oh yeah,
like it's Mark Shuffle and Peterson is down
there.
That's
south.
That's out toward Carson, bro.
South by southeast.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Hey, didn't that one dude say that he swore up and down? He was like, they gonna destroy Fort Carson. Oh, hey, we'll see what happens. But Salakia, this is yeah.
Everything cool on my body.
Salakia, this is yeah, this is just because how you said
overkill, like Elder Malcolm up you saying.
Yeah, it's all good. We went a little over, but it's cool.
Yeah, we just established Christmas.
Yeah, fuck Christmas. But anyhow, this is Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, chapter 4, and I'm gonna just start at verse 1, and it reads, "Let a man so account of us as the ministers of Yahweh, of the Mashiach, Salakia, and stewards of the mystery of Yahweh. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful," right? As these brothers were speaking on, all pertaining to not falling into this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Now, Salah. "But with me, it is a very small thing that I should be judged of you or of men's judgment. Yet I judge not of my own self. All right. For I know nothing by myself. Yet I am not hereby justified. But he that judges me is Yahweh." All right. So who was judging us in general, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, in our faithfulness. Us not celebrating and being out here is a token of that, you know, so Lord willing, you know what I mean? Down to 5, and it reads, therefore, judge nothing before Salah, the time until Yahweh come, who both will bring the light, all right, the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest the counsels of the heart.
That's right.
And then shall every man have praise of Yahweh, and these things, brethren, I have figured, transferred to myself and to Apollo for your sakes, that ye might learn in us not to think of men above that which is written, that no one, that no one of you be puffeth up for against one another. For who maketh this, for who maketh thee to differ from one another, and what hast thou didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive, why doest thou glory as if thou hadst not received it? All right, and it'll get to the point. Just stay with me. Now you are full, and ye are rich, and ye have reigned as kings without us, and I would to Yahweh yet did reign, that we also might reign with you. All right. For I think that Yahweh has set up forth us, and it talks about the apostles, us the apostles, last as it were approved to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for the Mashiach's sake. All right. But ye are wise in the Mashiach, and we are weak, but ye are strong, and ye are honorable, but we are despised. All right, and that's really what, you know, I can end it on that. It goes on.
If I can add,
yeah.
So basically, just like we were saying, right? You know, the brother was saying to Keisha, you don't keep these holidays. You looked as a bug out. We looked at as a fool.
Right.
We a spectacle. Like, wait, you don't do Christmas. You don't do this and that. Since we specifically talking about Christmas, you see what I'm saying? But you know that being a spectacle of fools unto Yahweh Shah. What was that last part? Salat, because there was a point I was trying to make. In that, real quick, if you could bring that last part out right after the fools for Hamashayach's sake.
Khan, we are fools for the Mashiach's sake, but ye are wise in the Mashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. All right. You want me to get 11 or?
I mean that's pretty much it right there. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, so he's talking to them for the fact that, you know, they was coming out there doing the works. You see what I'm saying? And being strong for Yahweh Shai. All right. And, you know, since we bringing it on to this, you know, this Christmas thing, you know, these brothers out here, all right, not these, I mean, Jake, 2/3, you know, how we were talking about they weak and effeminate, not having a backbone, specifically talking about the men, to knowing that you don't want to do this thing, but you're doing it anyway because of children, you know, women and things of that nature, which shows that weak nature. When the scripture says to put off that weak nature in second address. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I got on that.
I mean, all I got to say is how long, man? How long do you simple ones love simplicity, man?
Ooh,
yeah, no,
we tired, man. We want to go home, and you still got niggas out here worshiping wood and stone, man.
Right.
All right, the simplest of things. All right, can't give up this, can't give up that, man. Hey, to be in this body, man, requires sacrifice.
Yeah, niggas
requires change.
All
right, and it requires diligence, man. All right, and you know, that comes with, you know, what the brother likes to, you know, talk about a lot is discipline. All right, so, you know, remain disciplined, remain faithful. You know, try to stay, you know, astray from these strangers in this strange land, man.
Right.
All right.
And keep enduring through this bullshit season.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. You take us out.
Because there's going to be a lot coming into this 2023, so we got to be prepared of what's to come. All right, so things is about to get ready. So again, first and foremost, especially in these times today, as we're approaching the revelation of our Lord Yahweh Shai, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakah, Wadas. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do
Nigga popped
well.
out the window.
Salutations into the whole elect scattered abroad.
Yo, what the fuck?
All right.
Niggas is louder than most nights.
Hey, with that, we gonna get even louder. With that, we gonna say Abba Babo!
Abba Babo!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Shalom!
Shalom!
Water staying with us, Akim.
Can't hear you over my Christmas music.
Ruining my goddamn white Christmas.
Shit, bro.
I'm over here do my jingle bell rock. Get over here saying this nigger shit.
What the fuck is that?